You might think the kiss is the most powerful moment, but what comes right after? That's where the real magic lives. Because what you do next doesn't just touch his skin, it reaches his soul. Every kiss opens a door, but many women rush through it, missing the precious space that follows. If you want him not just to remember you, but to feel everything about you, then it's what you do after the kiss that holds your real strength. People often think the kiss is the big ending, the spark, the explosion, the final note. But that's not the truth. The real emotional effect starts just after. That little space that follows the kiss is where many women unknowingly give up their power. They hurry to speak, step back too quickly, giggle awkwardly, say something off topic, or act like it wasn't a big deal. But a woman who truly understands emotional influence, who feels the rhythm of connection, she does something else entirely. She holds the moment. She breathes deeper into it. She lets the energy stretch like silk between them. And inside that stretch, something stirs in him, something he can't explain. It goes deeper than attraction. It touches parts of him he doesn't even show. After the kiss, if you can resist the urge to talk or move too fast, you invite him into a space where his guard starts falling. He's not reacting anymore. He's just feeling the stillness, the quiet air, the breath you both share. That's the moment when he realizes he's not just close to your body. He's emotionally bare in front of you. That kind of openness frightens many men when they're with someone who doesn't know how to hold it. But if you stay still, present, not rushing, not changing the energy, you become the first woman who makes him feel emotionally safe in that closeness. Think about how many people in a moment of connection rush right through it because they're scared of what it might reveal. We've been taught to think silence is uncomfortable, that stillness is boring or empty, but for a woman tuned into emotion and energy, silence is seductive. Stillness is where real magic hides. The body already spoke through the kiss. Now, your energy speaks even louder. That stillness says, I don't have to chase this moment. I am this moment. And that changes everything. That pause gives him the space to feel more than just desire. He feels softness. He feels wonder. He feels quiet respect. Sometimes he even feels confusion, because this doesn't happen to him often. He's used to fast moments, to touch that doesn't mean much. But here you are, not trying to move it forward, not needing reassurance, not stuffing the silence with words. You're just there. And being there makes you unforgettable. It makes you unforgettable not because of what you did, but because of how you let the moment be. Men don't often feel like time slows down after a kiss, but when it does, when you slow it down for him, he feels something old, deep, and almost ancient stir inside. It's the feeling of a fighter putting down his armor, not from weakness, but because he finally feels safe. And for men, safety is rare. So when they find it, they hold on tight, without even knowing why. Your breath becomes louder than words in that moment. The way you look into his eyes, the soft rise and fall of your chest, the way your lips stay parted, relaxed, all of it becomes a new kind of language, a language he's longed for, but didn't know existed. That space between a kiss and the next move is sacred, and if you fill it with calm energy, with presence, with gentle stillness, you create a memory in him that no performance could ever match. This isn't about control, it's about awareness. You're not trying to trap him or play a game. You're welcoming him into a different kind of closeness, one that doesn't rush, one that doesn't pretend that touch is just physical. You're showing him that depth matters to you, not just the thrill, and that is unforgettable. Because the truth is, most men are emotionally starving. They touch and are touched, but they rarely feel truly seen. They long for something deeper, but they don't know how to ask. And here you are, after the kiss, not talking, but seeing, not moving, but staying, not asking, but inviting. That quiet, grounded presence. It doesn't just attract a man, it changes him. It shows him a part of himself he thought he had to hide. So, next time you kiss him, don't rush to joke or follow it with another move. Just stop. Stay with him in that space. Let the world disappear. Let your energy speak. Believe that your stillness has more power than most people's noise. Trust that the moments that stick with him aren't always the loud ones. Sometimes it's the silent ones. The ones where he feels something real moving just beneath the surface. That pause after the kiss, that's not the end. It's the true beginning. That's where you stop being just another woman he kissed and start becoming the woman he can't forget. When the air is thick with feeling and warmth right after that kiss, there's a rare moment, an invisible pause where everything is hanging between you. Most women think what they say next will shape how he remembers that kiss. But the truth is even deeper, even older. It's not your words he remembers, it's your touch. Because your fingertips, when used with presence, speak a language older than speech, one men rarely experience but never forget. Your fingers aren't just part of your body. They're messengers of emotion. Where words can feel clumsy or overused, your hands can whisper directly into his nervous system. You don't need to explain yourself. You just need to feel and pass that feeling on. That's why after the kiss, the woman who touches gently, slowly, with meaning, she stays in his memory. Not because of what she did, but because of what she sparked. There's a huge difference between touching to turn him on and touching to see him. Anyone can touch to excite, but to truly connect, that takes stillness, that takes awareness. When your fingers glide softly over his skin, not rushing, not forcing, just discovering, he doesn't just feel good, he feels understood. And for a man who's always had to be strong, always had to be in control, that kind of touch changes him. It strips away his armor. You're not grabbing or pushing or rushing. Your hand moves across his body like it's exploring something sacred. Maybe you follow the edge of his collarbone like it's a path you've always wanted to know. Or you brush his jaw as if to memorize the man beneath it all. And in that moment your hands are telling him something no voice ever could. I see you, I feel you. I'm not here for what you do, I'm here for who you are. That kind of touch slows everything down. It opens a quiet door in him where all his shields drop. Suddenly, he's not just the man with the muscles or the charm. He's the person underneath it all. And he lets you in. Not because you pushed your way there, but because your hands ask gently. That's rare. Most men are touched for what they provide, their strength, their performance, their looks. But when you touch him like he matters, without needing anything back, he feels something sacred in the room. You're not touching to push things forward, you're touching to center him. Every soft move of your fingers says you're safe here. You're not just here to act strong. You're here to feel. Your hands, when they move slowly with care, become your heart speaking. They tell him, I don't just want your body, I want you. That message goes straight into the part of him that longs for realness, but doesn't know how to ask. And that's why he won't understand why you're stuck in his thoughts. He'll just know there's something about you You might say, she's different, or I can't stop thinking about her, because your touch didn't just excite him, it settled him. It brought him home to himself. That mixed desire, mixed with safety, is what turns a kiss into devotion. Let your touch pause. Let it settle on places that hold meaning. The curve of his neck, the center of his chest, the warm space behind his ear. These spots carry memories, feelings, and touching them slowly tells his body, I respect every part of you. And even if he doesn't have the words to explain it, his body remembers. His heart remembers. The most powerful thing is, you don't have to say anything. While others try to seduce with noise, loud moans, heavy breathing, big reactions, you're creating something deeper, intimacy through stillness, through gentle touch, through the quiet language of your hands. Your fingers speak truths your lips never had to say. I choose this moment. I'm not afraid of your pain. I truly see you. That's the secret. Your hands tell a truth more real than words, more lasting than any kiss. It's the truth of presence, of depth, of a woman who doesn't just touch his skin, but touches his soul. And once he's felt that, every other touch will seem like a whisper compared to the silence you leave behind after a kiss. After a kiss, the emotional space hangs in the air. It's alive, but undefined. This is the moment where many women either lose the connection or make it stronger, not by doing anything forceful, but by how connected they are. The mistake many women make is thinking they need to lead hard, change the mood suddenly, or take things further right away. But the real power is in quiet alignment. You start by matching his energy, not copying, but sensing, feeling where he is emotionally and energetically, then slowly lifting that feeling, not to take control, but to deepen the connection. Because when a man feels that you truly get him, he'll let you lead him to places inside himself he didn't even know he needed to visit. Every man has his own rhythm after intimacy. It might be fast, heart racing, breath short, or slow, soft, quiet, almost like meditation. You don't try to push your own pace, you honor his. If his eyes are shut, let them be. If he's quiet, stay quiet too. If he breathes out slowly, follow with your breath. What you're doing is building emotional understanding, not through talking, but through presence. This tells his whole being, I'm not here to take over, I'm here with you, I want to know you. But it doesn't stop with just matching. If you only reflect him, you fade into the background. The magic is in what comes next. Lifting the energy slowly after you've connected with it. It's like dancing. You don't pull him forward, you guide him gently. Maybe you open your eyes first, smile a little, let your fingers softly move along his jaw. Maybe you whisper something warm, not to shake him, but to draw him into a deeper feeling. Maybe you shift your body just a bit closer, anchoring him to your presence. These small moves are invitations. They say, I see you and I want to feel more of you. Lifting the energy doesn't mean breaking the moment. It means adding to it. If the kiss was full of fire, now you bring comfort. If it was slow, now you bring feeling. You become the one who shapes the emotional direction. And a good builder never destroys what's already there. She carefully adds the next part with care and beauty. Most men are used to women reacting to them, but when he meets a woman who can tune into him, then lift him without pushing, without ego, he feels something rare. He feels safe, not managed, seen, not judged. Most importantly, he feels he can trust you with his softer side. That's when real change happens, because what you're offering isn't just affection, it's emotional leadership. And that pulls him in deeper than anything. You're showing him you feel the spark, yes, but more than that, You understand the feelings under the spark. You're not just there in body, you're there in spirit. You're not afraid to lead softly, and that's important, because gentle doesn't mean weak. It means strong in the most careful, respectful way. A man who is emotionally alive will feel that kind of energy like a wave, soft but impossible to miss. You're not trying to overpower him, you're leading him gently back to himself. You're showing him that he doesn't have to perform. He can let go, and in your presence he can become more real, more whole. That kind of emotional lift is so gentle. He might not even realize it's happening. He'll just notice he feels better when he's with you, more relaxed, more aware, more like himself. He'll feel like the moment isn't just happening, it's showing him who he is, reflected in your warmth. And that reflection doesn't just show him, it changes him. What you're really doing is taking the heat of the kiss, the fire, and turning it into something deeper, into connection, into something lasting, something that still exists after the passion fades. You're building emotional gravity, the kind that keeps him close long after the physical moment has passed. Many women can match a man's heat, but the rare ones, they take that heat and turn it into emotional warmth, into something that lights up the heart. That's the magic of matching first, then gently leading. You remind him of what he's capable of feeling. You show him that you're not just enjoying the moment, you're loving the man behind it. And once he feels that, it's no longer just about a kiss. It's about a meeting of souls. A soul that doesn't just take, it grows, expands, and enriches the moment. After the kiss, when the fire has calmed, when things are quiet, and the world fades down to just you two, there's a golden opportunity. It's not about what you do next, it's about what you hold in place. Sometimes it just takes a sentence. One line that is so simple, so true, that it breaks through everything and lands right in his heart. That one line doesn't just explain the moment, it marks it. It ties real meaning to it. Most people skip this. They make small talk. They fidget. They pretend the kiss didn't mean something. But a woman who knows how emotions work doesn't do that. She understands that a kiss isn't just physical, it's a symbol, a doorway. If you don't walk through that door, it quietly closes. That's why what you say next really matters. It's your moment to turn this from something nice into something unforgettable. And it doesn't need to be big or dramatic. Usually the most powerful words are the simplest, because they're real. They come from your own heart. Like, that made me feel really close to you. Or, I didn't expect to feel so much. Or just, that felt real. When you speak like that, your voice soft, your presence steady, you're not just talking, you're showing something. And when a man hears that, when you say something he also felt but couldn't say, a deep part of him lights up. I'm safe here. I'm seen here. I don't need to pretend. That's what most people miss. A man might kiss many women in his life, but the ones he remembers, they're the ones who gave the kiss meaning. Not through drama, through emotional truth. And if that one sentence comes from the real you, not a trick, not a performance, it sticks with him. It plays in his head when he's alone. It brings him back, not just to the moment, but to you. Here's the important thing. That line must come from honesty, not from trying to get something. It's not about getting a certain reply. It's about giving a part of yourself. And if it's coming from your real self, not fear, it becomes incredibly powerful. Real vulnerability isn't weakness. its direction. You're showing him where you are emotionally, not asking him to chase, just opening the door. Men aren't emotionally empty, they're emotionally hungry, hungry for something real, for someone to say, it's okay to feel this deeply. When you offer that, even in just a few words, you feed something inside him he didn't even know needed it. You don't need a speech. Just a short moment that says, I'm not scared of this, and I'm not afraid to show you that it matters. Think about how strong it is to say, I feel safe with you. That one line can melt years of emotional walls. Or, that was more than just a kiss. Suddenly, he's not just enjoying the moment, he's inside something real. Even if he doesn't say anything right away, you've shifted something, you've changed the energy, you've planted something important, something that says, this isn't just a game, this is real. Some women kiss and move on. Others pause, look him in the eyes and say something with meaning. That woman, she doesn't just turn him on, she changes him. She leaves something behind, because she's not looking for praise. She's giving a gift, a glimpse into a soul that isn't scared to feel. And when a man experiences that, he doesn't just feel kissed, he feels seen. So don't rush through that moment. Pause, breathe. When the space is open and quiet, speak. Say what's true, not what sounds good, not to impress, but to anchor the moment. Because in a world full of noise, one soft, honest sentence can shake a man to his core, not with sound, but with truth. And after he's felt that with you, no kiss will ever feel the same again. After the kiss, once the breath has settled and the space between you is full of quiet feeling, your next move says everything. It shows your energy, your confidence, and your understanding of real closeness. Most women at this point fall into one of two habits. They either pull away too fast, like they're protecting themselves, or they hold on too tightly, afraid he'll slip away. But the rare woman, the one who stays in his memory, stays close without holding tight. She stays near with warmth, not with fear. She doesn't cling, she simply stays open, relaxed, unshaken. And that calm presence, that's what makes him want to be even closer.